Every famine, war, or collapse in history has minted new millionaires. Some were opportunists, others simply saw what no one else did. Welcome to Deca Facts, where today we're counting down 10 ways people got rich during disasters in history. From plague profiteers to energy kings, these stories reveal how crisis often reshapes wealth faster than peace ever could. 10. The scrap metal kings of World War II. When global war erupted, steel and rubber became more valuable than gold. The US government urged citizens to donate scrap, but a few savvy businessmen saw profit where others saw patriotism. Entrepreneurs like Henry J. Kaiser built empires by managing steel supply and ship construction. Kaiser's company produced Liberty ships faster than any in history, earning billions in wartime contracts. Smaller operators who ran scrap yards grew rich reselling recycled metal to arms manufacturers. Across the Atlantic, Britain's Lord Nuffield transformed his car factories into weapons plants, turning civilian production lines into money-making war machines. For those who controlled the raw materials of destruction, disaster wasn't ruin, it was a business model. 9. The Black Death land grab. When the plague wiped out nearly half of Europe's population in the 1300s, land values crashed. Survivors suddenly inherited vast tracts or bought estates for pennies. Former peasants became landowners overnight, sparking one of history's first massive social mobility waves, all born from catastrophe. 8. Civil War supply contracts. During the US Civil War, private contractors provided weapons, uniforms, and food to both armies. Men like John D. Rockefeller supplied goods at inflated prices, setting the foundation for industrial empires. War profiteering became so rampant that Congress introduced its first wartime procurement investigations, a legacy still alive today. 7. The Great Fire of London. Real estate boom. In 1666, fire destroyed over 80% of London's buildings. Property owners who rebuilt quickly made fortunes as the city modernized. Christopher Wren's new designs and strict building codes created one of Europe's most valuable real estate markets. Those with resources turned ruin into prime land. 6. The Great Depression bargain hunters. While millions lost everything, a few saw opportunity. Investors like Joseph Kennedy, the father of JFK, bought collapsing stocks and real estate for cents on the dollar. By 1933, as recovery began, their assets had multiplied. History's lesson? The cash-rich often rise during the cash-poor's fall. If you want more revealing looks at how people survived history and the fortunes created, subscribe to Deca Facts. We release 3 videos per week. 5. The oil barons of wartime. World War I and II fueled unprecedented demand for oil. Companies like Standard Oil and Shell supplied the Allies and reaped massive profits. Governments called it patriotism, but balance sheets called it something else: exponential growth. Wartime fuel demand made petroleum the backbone of the 20th century economy. 4. Post-disaster reconstruction profits. After every major disaster, there's a second wave: rebuilding. Contractors after Hurricane Katrina, or developers after earthquakes, often won lucrative government deals. This cycle dates back to the 1755 Lisbon earthquake, when rebuilding contracts birthed the first regulated construction industry. Destruction has always been a prelude to opportunity for those holding blueprints. 3. The pandemic billionaires. In 2020, the world was rocked by a once-in-a-lifetime pandemic. While global economies shrank, a new elite emerged. E-commerce, logistics, and tech surged. Billionaires like Jeff Bezos and Mark Zuckerberg saw record profits. By 2021, billionaire wealth had grown over 50% since the pandemic began. Modern crisis capitalism is faster, digital, and global. 2. The banking titans of 2008. When the financial crisis hit, giants like Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan absorbed smaller failing banks with government backing. Bailouts and acquisitions turned collapse into consolidation. The too big to fail doctrine didn't just save them, it cemented their dominance for the next decade. Crisis made them kings. 1. The arms dealers of every era. From the Napoleonic Wars to modern conflicts, one rule stays constant: weapons sell. Industrialists like Basil Zaharoff built fortunes by selling arms to multiple sides. His influence stretched across continents, shaping politics through supply chains of steel and smoke. When peace talks end wars, arms dealers start preparing for the next one. History shows that wealth moves from disaster to disaster. Those who anticipate change, exploit shortages, or control supply chains become the next elite. Every crisis opens doors, but only the prepared know which ones to walk through. This is Deca Facts. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next countdown.